what you call it, the beach culture, the workout culture. Like they have a certain the clean culture. They're so clean. Like you can break that down. Like I just noticed. I'm a people watcher, so I watch and notice what people. I noticed that the Brazilians are super clean. I know they're obsessed with working out. They're obsessed with going to the beach.
Yes.
They're obsessed with taking showers.
Yes.
I've seen people in the hospital take showers 4 times in one day.
Yeah. Yeah, like now the shower thing, I have heard that comes from the kind of the native Brazilian part. You know, like that the indigenous people, like they are known to have all the showers
Multiple
and stuff.
showers a day,
Yeah, these folks, they don't like cleanliness. As I was telling you earlier, they like, whereas we don't like stinkiness either, but we do have, like if we see somebody has been working out or they've been working outside or something like that, we do have more of a tolerance for that person being a little bit ripe, as long as we don't have to be around them a lot. But here, like it's so crazy. I used to have, I will never forget, I had a student that told me she used to have another American teacher named Mark. But Mark, again, them other folks, they're not even as conscious of as like sweatiness and smelling good and stuff as we are, I don't think. Because he used to ride his bike to her house and he used to be sweaty and like sitting on her couch, and she told me like she fired him because she didn't like him sitting on her leather couch, you know, like off of his bike, sweating, and she could smell like kind of that sweatiness, and you know, kind of like with his skin, like she was just like, it was just disgusting for her. They don't have any tolerance for any smell. A lot of times when you're walking past, especially a woman outside, you'll see her with like wet hair. That's like a look, like the wet hair, like just got out of the shower look, and you'll smell like her perfume as she's passing. Like
I smell it all the time. Every lady I walk by here smell like Irish Spring soap. I don't know, roses.
Fabulous.
Yeah. I like, this is like everybody, not like one person, everybody.
You cannot. And here, like I was telling you, this is like the cotton, the like the biggest fabric producer in Brazil, or you know, so there is like, so we also have like fashion here. We also have a lot of like seamstresses and tailors and stuff. So you see like a lot of wacky fashion here that you would not normally see in other places. Like the women really have fun with their clothes here. And yeah, like the cleanliness, like being physically in a place, you know. The upper class of the society, they're accustomed to having a live-in maid that is literally running around, like picking up things, washing it for them. The children, they don't learn how to do chores. Like when they get up, a maid comes.
Take care of everything for them.
If you can imagine having a spring cleaning of your house every single day, that's
Brazil for
that's the upper class Brazil, yes. Like now when you start leaving these like ridiculous rich neighborhoods, you start seeing normal houses that are not perfectly spick and span all the time. But sort of the rich standard here is like everything. There cannot be any dust anywhere. There cannot be a table out of place. If there is like a stain on the floor, it has to immediately be gone. And you cannot be the one to do it. Like you can't be picking up your own things. You know, that's considered like really rude. You know, that's why the place where you're staying, that's why they're so ridiculously, even more than a hotel in some ways.
They be cleaning that like place like every 5 minutes. I know I go back, my bed is fixed because I slept in late yesterday because I was out partying. But I know when I go back, the bed will be fixed. I'll clean up the place. They don't mess around. Yeah,
it's considered. It's just considered rude and disgusting. If you're invited to like a rich person's house, you know. Now, what's normal for us is that we'll pick up the plate and take it to the kitchen, you know, because that's what's normal.
Okay.
If you try to take your own plate to a kitchen in one of their houses, it's crazy. Like that, like they would be like,
"What are you doing?"
What are you doing? Like it is insane. It's uncomfortably so, you know. It's uncomfortably insane.
The working out. What's going on with this working out? I mean, I see everybody is running every day. Old ladies, young ladies, old men, young men, fat people, skinny people. Like, what's going on with this?
So in Brazil, as I mentioned before, in this society, you have the right to be beautiful. Like they consider it a human right. The way that we talk about healthcare, the way that we talk about like the right not to be shot by police, they feel that you have the right to be beautiful. So I mean, like the beauty industry here, they got stuff here that we've never heard of in America, and it is so strong. The sort of aesthetic industry here, the industry of clothes, of hair. I'm sure you've noticed, like all the women, especially upper class women, all their nails are done, nails and toenails, eyebrows. I went and got my eyebrows tattooed because I was like, okay.
I gotta keep up.
Yes.
Gotta keep up.
Yes.
It's a race out here.
It's crazy. Like the amount of they don't like to have hair on their body, so they like electrolysis. Cryo fat removal.
Oh wow!
I was telling you about the nutrologists.
Yeah.
They have like special doctors here that basically their job is to look at the activity of real medicines, and if there is any sort of like fat burning or calorie restriction or appetite suppressant element to those real and legal medicines, they prescribe them. The gyms here are like there's a whole underground drug operation happening at those gyms. Is with the steroids, of course, but it's also with the people taking people taking different pills for weight loss, people taking different pills for fat burning and for different things. A lot of the beauty that you see here, we think that is, because what you see is people running on a treadmill or CrossFit is real popular now.
On the beach, which is
but a lot of those perfect bodies is not coming from that. Plastic surgery is massive. It's really interesting here because the women sort of like that beach look here is not really like a skinny look. They like for the women to have like a big butt, big thighs, and then like kind of a small top,
Okay.
That's kind of like one of the looks. And yeah, like if it's like a lot of it, depending on where you are, a lot of it is not completely coming from the gym. I'm telling you, there are so many treatments that we have never heard of.
Okay.
And they have it here. Like they have it, and it's accessible. It's accessible to everyone here.
Okay.
In the U.S., like maybe Kim Kardashian has heard of it.
Okay.
Here, everybody has heard of it. Yes.
Wow. And the food, I see them. They're foodies here. The food culture here. Tell them a little bit about the food culture.
Yeah. So basically, here people are foodies, as you said. If you have a place that ain't got no food, like it's gonna fail. I don't care what kind of place it is. Like if it's a theater and you don't have good food, it will fail. If it's a bar that doesn't have food, how we can have our little dive bars with alcohol and maybe some peanuts.
Yeah, you'll go there. Yeah.
And it'll be fine. No, you gotta have some food here. I'll never forget once going to kind of like a chic, like it's like a little music place, a music bar that opened up, but it's like kind of a chic upper class place.
Okay. And
it reminded me of one of those places in New York. But if you were in New York, you would expect like maybe some expensive hors d'oeuvres,
Okay.
like like this one thing costs $20, you know, just and you're supposed to be having an experience. They don't have none of that here. Like, the place looked like one of those places, but it tripped me out because there was a group of girls that were, I think they were having a birthday party, and I was laughing because after, you know, like after we were there for a while and we were just ordering drinks, the man brought out a whole like lasagna and put it on on this tray on the table.
You're like,
and
what is this?
It was hilarious to me because it wasn't like the environment is not the type that we would associate with kind of like a homemade like grandmama's lasagna being put on the table, you know. Oh, but yeah, like they, the food is really good. It's really hearty and wholesome food, you know. And yeah, like if your place, if it doesn't have good food, it will fail. And it doesn't matter what kind of place. If it's a music venue, it's gonna fail if they don't have good food there. Now in America, a music venue, it can survive as long as they got drinks and water.
They'll survive.
You know?
They'll survive.
Yeah.